May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. And of course, to celebrate Star Wars Day, I am wearing my Mandalorian shirt, as well as going to be talking about a new Star Wars animated series, Tales of the Empire. All 6 episodes I've watched. Let's jump in. A vengeful young woman and a former Jedi navigate the ruthless galactic empire during different eras, their different choices shaping their fates in a rapidly changing galaxy. So the series definitely feels like 2 stories split in half. The first 3 with a character you'll recognize as soon as jumping in. You'll be like, oh, this is weird because I kind of know where this character ends up. Needless to say, I still enjoyed it, but it did feel a little bit disjointed and no real reason for us exploring that side of it. However, it did remind me of Revenge of the Sith. The way this starts, the darkness of that is the way that you kind of get a battle ensuing. And the first few minutes of this episode, of episode 1, I thought was excellent, showcasing how dark this era was. And then we get to follow this character, seeing different eras in this character's life. So we don't just jump from one, we jump to a different point of a life, seeing our character grow older. And then we follow the Jedi for the second half. Well, the former Jedi for the second half. The whole time we're playing with the opposites again of the Force and the Dark and the paths you take. Even the episode names are called that the path to darkness, that kind of thing, a path to anger. We often get the side of the Jedi, but we don't often get to see what happens when you've crossed over. Can you come back from that? What happens if you do come back from that? What happens if your whole world has kind of been destroyed? Everything you know and love, is there even hope for you to, come into the light again? And when you don't trust those that are meant to be good, do you continue down that path or find a new path for yourself? And Star Wars has been navigating that through the animations and films that we've had, but it was interesting to see it, quick snapshots. I would say that's what it is, and it felt like it needed many more episodes. The animation style is brilliant. It reminds me of all those that we've had before, Rebels, Tales of the Jedi, all of those that we've come to expect from the quality of the animation. So when we get the battles, they are excellently done, visual, very pleasing for the eye. It just felt like we needed more storyline for me to really care about the characters. I wasn't ever really invested emotionally with these characters. However, seeing them in different places and different eras in lifetime, connecting the stories around, in their lifetime, I thought it was interesting. If you know the other stories, it's not really one that you can come into if you don't know the Star Wars stories or those characters even, and go, who is that? Why am I excited about that? It definitely expects the audience member who's watching to have watched the others to kind of connect the dots. But I did enjoy the direction of some of the emotional moments that we're kind of seeing the characters go on. Not that we're emotionally engaged with it, but seeing them go down the dark path or come into the light. That is fun to watch, seeing the choices made and the paths that they have to create for themselves, I thought was interesting. So between the score and the music that we know and love, that is very Star Wars, I think that works well. The pacing of the episodes is somewhat good. But I just felt like for each story, they needed their own series to really get invested behind it. I was more invested with the Fallen Jedi to see what would happen to this character, and I wanted more episodes of that. The first half, I know what happens to you, so I don't know that we needed this story, but it was interesting nonetheless. Some interesting favorites pop up. If you've seen the trailer, you'll know Morgan Elsbeth, Admiral Thrawn, Grand Inquisitors, all of that pop up throughout the episodes and then connect to the wider stories that we've seen somewhat. I liked it visually. As a one-time watch, I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's my favorite of the bunch. I'm going to go down 3 Nicolas Cages.
You got one.
Because of some of that action and the animation style, the amount of work that goes into that. But if it didn't have that with the great score, then I would probably rate it 2.5 down the middle. Because what is middle? I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the darkness that they were going for. But the second half for me is what worked better than the first half. Let me know. Did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy which half? Did you enjoy what character did you enjoy following? Do you feel like we needed more episodes? That it was over very quickly and the episodes themselves were very short as well. So I just felt like we needed more. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy Star Wars Day. What Star Wars is your go-to series or movies that on May the 4th that you were like, yeah, I need to watch that? Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.